everyone, this is Rashi. Welcome back to the Reading Platter, and in today's video I'm going to discuss with you my April books, the books that I read in April. And this is going to be my flex for like another April, because you know April is not like, I don't consider it one of my good reading months ever, because there are a lot of things going on and stuff, and you know I'm very busy, and it's New Year in India and there's a lot of planning and a lot of pujas and stuff. And this month I read 14 books in April. Like, this is the flex I'm talking about till next April, and I am sure that now the curse is broken and I will be reading, well, trying to read more books in April next year. So talking about this year first, you know, let's not plan for the future right now. Talking about this year, I read 14 books and I am so proud of myself. I was hell lot of busy, but I did complete 14 books. I did a 48 hours readathon. I'll link the video here and in the description so you can check that out. I read 9 books in those 48 hours, so that helps me a lot. Like, if I would have not done that readathon, I don't think this would be considered as one of my good reading months. But I did read a lot in those 48 hours. I was like in such a reading mood that I thought of doing that readathon, and that made me just push myself into reading more. So, you know, I just got lucky. So let's discuss the 14 books that I had read. Like, first let me discuss the 9 books that I read in that blog. So I won't be discussing a lot about those books because they are already in my blog. I have discussed already a lot about them in my blog. So let's just go through them for, you know, the name, the author, and the star rating that I gave it. So the first book that I read in the 48 hours readathon was Easy-O Trot by Roald, and I have a physical copy for this one. So I read this book and I gave it 4 stars. That's good. Like, I really loved it. It was really short, good illustrations, and very nice chilling short story. So yeah, definitely liked it. And the next one that I read was George's Marvelous Medicine, and this I rated a 1 star. Like, it was scary, not scary like horror scary, but like it made no sense. It was horrible, and I will never recommend a child to read this book. Never. I won't even recommend an adult to read this book, let alone a child. Like this book for children, no, you should not. It's scarier than the ghosts living under your bed. So no. The next one that I read was A Pine Island Christmas by Carolyn, Michaelson, and it was an audiobook that I found on YouTube. It was a free audiobook, and the YouTube channel is of the author herself, and she uploaded her audiobook. And it was so good, so sweet, and I rated it a 5 stars. It was actually so good. I really loved the character and the narrating style and the flow of the story, the plot. It was very nice. The next one is like an adult book, that is Say Uncle by C.M. Steele, and I wasn't a fan of that book. I rated it a 2 star. It was very bad, and I don't recommend it. I have found that I am not into that kind of books, so I really tend to hate them, but this story was really horrible. So the next 2 books are the arcs. One I did not complete, but I did complete it now, but I have already discussed it in my blog, and the second one is also an arc. The first one that I completed is Little Wanderers, The Everlasting Seasons by I.K. Silver, and it was very sweet middle grade book, and was like about dwarves and everything, and I really liked this book. I rated it a 4, I guess, and I haven't yet given the review for this book. I haven't submitted it, and I need to submit it quickly Like, I'm making this video and I'm realizing how late I am, so I'll do it really well. The next one is also an arc which I did not complete then in those 48 hours, but I did complete now. That is Diary of an Angry Young Man by Rishi Bora, and this is by an Indian author, and it was good, it was thrilling, it was nice and complicated kind of, and I really enjoyed it. Like, I wasn't feeling the book at first, but I really, when the story really started, it was, kind of like, okay, you can read it, and it was really nice. So I rated it a 4 or 3 star as well. I haven't written the rating in my reading journal yet, but I will really soon. I'll check the Goodreads page and do everything here. So the next one is Webtoon X BTS by Webtoon. It is like an introduction to the webtoon that is by BTS on Webtoon, that I'll talk about it next. So it's just an introduction by the story, and just forming the vibes and the scenarios and the atmosphere, just creating it all, and the real photos were used, so that was a plus point. And like, to really immerse you in the story, to keep you waiting kind of. So I really liked it. It was a 5 stars. Of course, everything related to BTS is 5 stars. The next one is Seven Fates Chakho by Hive Labels by Hive, and it is the webtoon that I'm talking about, Webtoon X BTS, that I really talk about. So this is the 7 fates of the 7 boys, how they are connected, and how they they are fictional characters in this webtoon, and it's really interesting. And now that I'm talking about it, I think I need to reread it because it was so fun. Definitely a 5 star read, always every time recommended. So do try it, do give it a try. Making a webtoon account is really simple and easy and free. This is not an advertisement, no advertisement. I just love the app, so I'm recommending to you, and it has really good web comics as well, so you can try them out. So yeah, so the next book that I read in those 48 hours was The Kidnapped Prime Minister by Agatha Christie, and it was an audiobook. I really didn't like the narrator of the audiobook. It was so much British, and understanding it was really difficult because I understand British accent really well. I have heard a lot of audiobooks in those accents, but that particular accent was like irritating. But the book was nice. I rated it a 3 star, -1 for the narration, and there were some things that I didn't understand that were left untold, which is a good thing, which I really enjoy, but those were, I think, were really necessary to know. It was left with no context, and it was a bit irritating. So that's why I gave it -1 as well, so 3 stars to that book. But and I don't think I'll read it ever again, but you can try it, you can read it. Agatha Christie is obviously a very well-known crime thriller novelist, and you can try her novel, this novel particularly, and if you like it, do let me know. So maybe I can reread it and let you guys know if my review did. The last book of those 48 hours was Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator by Roald Dahl. I've read 3 Roald Dahl books in this 48 hours because they are short and quick to read. So I gave it a 3 stars. I did not enjoy it as much as The Chocolate Factory. The story was I didn't get even a single part of the story, to be honest. But there was funny parts. But I just think that it was just a drag to Chocolate Factory, and if someone would read these 2 books together, I'm really sure that their rating for Chocolate Factory will be affected because of this book. It was not that good. I rated it 3 stars. It wasn't that good. It was not realistic at all. You can't even imagine it. It was, I know it is fiction, it's not realistic, but there are things in fiction that you can imagine, and the things in this book was not imaginable at all. Like if you read dragon fiction as well, you can enjoy it. You can see this was, you know, the whole atmosphere relates to that. But in this one, it was so out of order. Like I really didn't enjoy it. And now that I'm talking about it, I'm thinking, why did I even give it 3 stars? Like, I think I liked it enough for 1 star, but not for 3. Okay, once I'll write the review, I'll definitely know how much I liked it, but definitely not 3. I'll change the rating if I find it weird. But you know, one thing I rated it 3 stars was because of Chocolate Factory, because I really enjoyed it. So I gave a plus point because of that to this book, but I don't think it deserves it. Okay, so the one book I read for my Truth and Dare TBR was this one, to read a book in another language. That is Chalo Gyan Ki Or by Gautam Chopra and Deepak Chopra. And this is a non-fiction actually. Written in a fictional style, but this is non-fiction. It is clearly written here. This is a motivational book that is non-fiction, and it's in Hindi. It was dragging actually. I rated it a 3 stars, giving like my rating for a non-fiction, like 3 stars rating for a non-fiction is really good, like top notch. I rate really good non-fiction books 3 stars. So I think it was nice. It was written in a fictional form, which was interesting. Fictional form, like there were characters, like the motivation was given through fictional characters, like a story, a proper story, and not just words and theories and everything, but it was a story consisting of people. So that was one thing that I really liked. This story was really slow. The one thing that I did not like was it was really slow and it was dragging a lot. But I really enjoyed it. It is actually a translated version. The original book was in English and this is translated in Hindi because the authors are Indian, so they translated it, and I'm happy that I got to read it because I think like good non-fictions do not exist. Like I believe that there are not many good non-fictions, so this was a good one. Like I rated it 3 stars. That means it is a good one. I really liked it. That's why I rated it 3 stars. If I would have rated a non-fiction, I would never have rated it. Like rating a non-fiction 3 star for me is really good. So yeah, definitely enjoyed it. So I was talking about the webtoon app first. So on that I am reading The Tax Reaper by Wintersleep Turtle. It is a fictional name, like a pen name of an author, and it is a webcomic, a drama webcomic, and it is about people not paying taxes and how a human becomes superhero and collects taxes and punishes the one who does not. So it is currently ongoing, so I cannot review it, but I have read like 8 chapters in it. And it is really interesting. It is updating regularly. I don't have the whole one. It comes every week. The next episode comes every week. So I don't usually read these books that are not yet fully published or something, but I really enjoyed the synopsis, and when I read the prologue I could not stop myself to start the book. So I really started it. I am controlling myself to, to stop and wait for it to publish and read it, but I cannot. The moment it updates the next episode, I read it there and then, and it is really fun, and I'm enjoying the process of reading it and waiting for it and getting excited and all that. I'm really enjoying that adrenaline boost, and so yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I started on the 5th and it's still ongoing, 5th April, and it's still ongoing, and it's 15 May right now. So I mean it was a complete mood read. I haven't chosen for anything. I really wanted to read it and I did, and I'm enjoying it. Maybe I'll read more books like this because I'm really enjoying the process, so yeah. So the next book is It by Stephen King. Yes, I started the book. I really did start a book. It is actually 1200 pages long, so I did not complete it, but I read like 6 to 7 chapters because I have a lot of books to read. I read a lot. I read like 6 to 7 chapters and I really enjoyed those chapters. It was horror, scary, thrilling, and it was so much fun. Like I got goosebumps when something was happening, and the way it was written was so creepy and nice. I mean, you are just imagining me being a freak, but I'm not. I love these kinds of books. I really enjoy thrillers and horrors and mysteries. They give me nightmares, but I really enjoy reading them. I really enjoy the story and the plot and everything. You know, I'm a freak. So it is. I am currently reading it as well. I haven't completed it because it's a very long book. It was my project book, which I did not start in January, February or March. I did start it in April, but it'll take a time, like a little time to complete. But when I do, I'll give a proper review for this, I promise, because for project books I'm going to give a proper review, so don't worry about it. I'll give my proper review. For now, I'm really loving it, and for how much I have read till now, I think I'm gonna rate it a 5-star. If I would have rated it right now, I'll rate it a 5-star because I'm really enjoying it. So the last book of this month was The Question of Magic by E.T. Baker. It was actually for my Truth and Dare TBR, and also the monthly genre for April was middle grade, so this is a middle grade book. And it was so cute. It started with, like, it is a magical middle grade, and it started normally, and it started with how most magical middle grade starts, with a person not knowing their background and then finding about it, the whole experiences. But it was really, like, the plot was completely different and the things happening were different. I don't know, I just got a very unique kind of vibe. The starting was very similar, the ending was very similar, but you know, the vibe of the book was really interesting. I rated a 4-star, but now I think that I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed my time with the book, and I really completed it really fast. So I think I'll increase the rating for this book. So, you know, giving wrap-ups help you talk about the books really well, and to know that if you hated the book or liked the book, that when you finish the book, you give an impulse rating. You don't have time to think. But I think giving wrap-ups, like, I don't like giving wrap-ups, but now I think I'm really liking them because I talk about the books, I remember them, first thing. Secondly, it's like, you know, you get what the book is, you get into the story, and you share your thoughts, and you can figure out that the rating that you give was good or not, or you should improve what the review that you gave. So it is definitely an interesting process. So yeah, these are the 14 books that I read. I hope you enjoyed them. I'm filming this on the day that I have to post it, and it's 10 p.m. right now, so I have to edit this really soon to get it out before 12, so that I can publish it today. So I'll end the video right now. We'll have a discussion later on about the books that I haven't given you good review on, but the 9 books that I talked about are in my vlog, and I have talked about them in detail very well, so go watch that vlog. And the rest of the book, if I'll get time, I'll make a video for it, definitely for it and the tax sweeper, because they are still ongoing. When they finished, I'll make a video for them. So stay connected to watch it, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll meet in the next one.